Eugene, you're live. Hi everyone. So welcome to the first pre-dev series, and we are excited to have you on board. So today we'll be hearing from the amazing Sandra Korea, who is an Android engineer. To top onto that, she's also a Google WTM ambassador and also a colleague at Firebase Kenya. So she'll be taking us through the topic around streamlining UI development in Android using Relay. So thank you for joining, and over to you, Sandra. Yes, let's kick it off.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hi everyone, my name is Sandra. Um, yeah, okay, let me share my slides.
We can see a
Um,
screen.
oh, sorry. Hi, my name is Sandra Korea. I'm an Android developer. I'm a Google Limited Ambassador, former Google Developers Students Club lead alumni. And I'm the lead for Firebase Kenya. Today I'm going to talk about streamlining UI development in Android using Relay. And today I'm going to talk about what Relay is. So, wait, yeah. So, I use this illustration because we're talking about Relay. In most cases, when somebody mentions Relay, the first thing that comes to mind is the sports, the track where athletes compete with each other to pass the baton to another member of their team. And this is somewhat an idea of what relay is. We can assume that relay is the baton itself, it's like the intermediary, and these two athletes. So we're gonna take those two athletes. We're gonna name one athlete. We're gonna call it Sigma. The other athlete. We're gonna call them Java Compose. So the definition of relay is a toolkit that allows teams to design UI components in Figma and use them in Java Compose projects. It's created by Google. It was announced during the Android Developer Summit 2022, and currently it's in alpha stage. So it's still a relatively new technology, but despite it being new, it has some capabilities into it. And we're going to explain the process, the overview of what it does generally. So what really does, it converts a Figma component into a Relay UI package, and then the UI package is imported to the Android Studio IDE, and now it's converted into a composable function. So in in Figma itself, the design environment, you can get like your components, and then Relay is gonna make that into a your package, and then it's gonna be translated to Java Compose code. And so Relay has like a lot of advantages to designers, developers, and even product teams. So for designers, they can use Relay to package Figma UI component designs that you can send directly to the developers. And there's no more tedious design specs or back and forth to ensure designs are right in implemented code, because it's a collaborative tool, so you can know what's going on in either way. In either side, either in the developer side or in the designer side. And for developers, you can save time. Not even you can. For developers, they save time by importing your packages directly into your Java Compose projects where they become ready to use composables. And the packages are updatable and adaptable across your code base. The thing I like about Relay, you can actually, what is it called? You can modify it to a later stage. Let's say you're working for like a product is growing and they need to change some aspects of it. You can like the designers can change the aspects in Figma and the developers can just update the packages into reduced and the packages are going to be converted to reduced code. And for product teams, Relay creates a workflow that enables teams to build faster and collaborate with clarity. Yeah, that's just how I've explained it. There's a lot of you. It's very transparent, so the developers can see how far the designers have gone with it. The designers can see what the developers have done. That back and forth tedious task is kind of phased out because one can see the stage that they're in both either or sides. So we're going to install Relay. So these three steps in installing Relay, and they have to be installed separately. So we have to install Relay for Figma plugin. We install Relay for Android Studio plugin, and then we install Relay for Gradle plugin. We're gonna do that in a sec. Um, Before you do that, these are the requirements that you need to do. So first of all, you need to sign to a Figma account. Figma account is free, and you're supposed to generate a personal access token. We are gonna do that in a while. You're supposed to have Angie Studio Flamingo or later. So currently I'm using Angie Studio Koala. I think it's stable. I don't think that's a stable version though. I saw like a couple of days ago there's another stable version that I don't know the name of it, but as long as it's Angie Studio Flamingo or later, you're eligible to use Relay. So you should also have Java Compose version 1.2 or later, and also Gradle plugin version 8 or later. Um, yeah, so in Figma, let's start with the Relay for Figma plugin, and then we go to Relay Finder Studio, and yeah, we're gonna and Relay for Gradle plugin. Let's start doing that. So let's set up Figma access, set up a personal access token. We're gonna see that in a few. So in Figma, there's like a Figma dashboard or rather the homepage. So for token, you can just go to your profile and you can go to settings, and these are very sensitive information, but I'm gonna change it. Yeah, we have the personal access token. So it's just right here. You can create a new token just here. You're gonna give it a name, set your expiry date, but after this talk, I'm gonna change mine because now it's public and that's not supposed to happen. So yeah, we have assuming you do that, you're set and ready. After okay, you can't create a personal access token without an account. So having an account is good. So the first step you're gonna do is creating a UI package. So before you do that, so UI packages are they define a shared model for Android UI components. They are created inside Figma and are used to generate compose code. So they can consist of layout information. You can also have the summary of the entire package, content and interaction parameters. We're gonna see that in a while, and styling info, font and image assets. So for that, we can go to our Figma. Let's create a new design file. Uh-huh. Yeah, so we're in a Figma playground, if I can call it like that. And actually, recently, Figma rearranged the entire structure, so things may not be where you left them like last month or something. So it's pretty new to me also. I'm trying to get used to the new structure, but it's workable. So let's select our frame. So we can go with the iPhone 15. I normally use the Android large, but I don't see it here. Let's use the available one. Let's also zoom to fit. Yeah, so for this demo, let's create like a login screen. So let's rename our frame. Let's call it login. So in our login screen, you can create two buttons, and by that you can move this aside. You can create a rectangle for our login. So we're gonna call this is gonna be like our login button, and inside this button you can create a text inside the button. Yeah, think like that. So let's call the button login. The button is pretty small, so let's just increase the size. Oh, sorry. Oh, that was not supposed to happen. Yeah, we go to the right hand side of the pane, and then we can increase, let's say, 18. This can see a change in a way. Yeah, 16. Actually, let's change it to 16. Actually, 18 was not bad, so let's go back to it. And we can change the font here. So I think I can stay with this. Or maybe let's change it to this. Yeah. We can also change the background color of a rectangle. So about which one is better? This can take some time. Okay, we'll go with this. Let's also position this login very well. Um, wait, the text is not aligned. So let's select and align. In alignment, you can just align it there, but that is gonna make our button be misplaced. So we're gonna move it. It's a bit difficult in such a small. It's actually very tiny. Wait. Yeah, like, yeah, like that. So yeah, we'll go with this. So we've created our login button. So what you're gonna do next is to group this selection, and we'll just like highlight it like that, and we right click, and you can say maybe it's group selection, or you can just press Control G. Let me just do the long. So we group the selection. You can come back again. You can copy our group, and then you can just paste right below it. Yeah, we have two groups now. So the second button, you're gonna rename it. You're gonna call it sign up. Yeah, you have login button and the sign up button. Yeah, so what's next? So once you're done with that, you're gonna like select the entire frame, and then you're gonna come here and you're gonna create a component. So the component is already created, as you can see in this sign. This like signifies it's a component in Figma. And then next, I'm gonna run our Relay plugin. So you can come to plugins. Or you can, if you don't have it, you can search for Relay. But mine is already installed. You can go to all and Relay for Figma. You can be able to see it there if you have not yet installed this. But mine is already installed. Yeah. So okay, let's do that again. Plugins with yes, you're gonna see this tiny window. We're gonna select get started. As you can see in this section, the package is already recognized. Sorry, the component is already recognized, and you can create a UI package. So here we have selected like, yeah, this one. We can, so this is where like we specify our components, and these are gonna be buttons. So the first thing I'm gonna do is to add parameters. So these are the like specify you can, these are the types of parameters you can select. If it's especially for interaction, this is a button, so it's gonna be an interaction parameter. You can select a tap handler, a double tap handler, and a press handler. But since it's a login button, it's gonna just gonna use a tap handler. You can also change the background color, padding, the radius, but we're not gonna do all that. Is just the basics technically. So you're gonna select the first button. Yeah, it's selected. Um, oh, yeah, we add that. So you're gonna add a tab handler. Right? So for that, you're gonna select. You're gonna name it. Click login. Yeah, you're gonna call it that. And then the second one, you're gonna add another one. A tab handler, same thing. You can say on click find. Yeah. So actually, that's just it. We've already added parameters. We have created the components. So that's just like the main step. We really you have to create a component first before you actually run the plugin. So next step we're gonna like install the plugin in Android Studio. Um, I don't know. Can my screen? Wait, can you see my screen, Eugene? Or anybody?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So this is the new project. No, nothing has been done. Nothing has been done to it yet. So we're gonna come to plugins. I mean, we're gonna go to settings, and we're gonna go to plugins. So here I'm gonna adjust the
Sandra,
marketplace.
are you
Yeah,
referring to Android Studio?
yeah.
No, we can't. We're still on Figma.
Okay, wait a minute. Um, wait. How about now?
Still on Figma.
I don't know what the problem is. Um, can you check this something on your end? 'Cause if it's working initially.
You could just unpresent and then present again, but now the specific window for Figma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see it now.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Oh yeah, so currently this is a new Android Studio project. It's a Java Compose project. So when we just the steps of creating an Android project, you go to this Android Studio, you select the Compose template, and then you just it gets created. So we're gonna get rid of this briefing because we don't really need it, and we're gonna get rid of this as well. So the first thing I'm gonna do is to install Relay for Figma. I'm sorry, Relay for Android Studio. So you're gonna go to settings and marketplace. Then you just type it down. Relay for Android Studio. So I think it's this. No, that's not it. Oh yeah, it is. Sorry. Yeah, it missed the icon. So this is the correct plugin supposed to install, and you can yeah, you can select apply if you don't have it. We already do. And once you're done with that, we can go to Redux and we install Relay for Redux. So here we're gonna go to the docs. Um, wait, can you see the screen? Eugene, can you see the screen?
No, we're still on Android Studio.
Okay, let me put that again. I think this is it. Yeah, better, I guess. So we're gonna come to the relay page, I mean the docs, which is gonna be directed to the developer.android.com website. So here we're gonna check the correct plugin is supposed to install. So sorry, I'm gonna scroll. Um, yeah, this is the correct plugin for Gradle. So we're gonna add this to our project. Gonna come here and we're gonna paste it right there. But this is not how it's supposed to be templated. So we're gonna just make a slight change. Um, yeah, so that's how it's supposed to be. So we sync the project. It's gonna take a minute. Yes, hopefully. Yeah, so it's currently done. And what we are gonna do next is, oh sorry, let me switch tabs. Mm. Oh, so what we're gonna do here is that we're gonna get the URL for this Figma plugin, and by that we're gonna put this button, and we're gonna copy link. We're gonna copy this link, the exits. We go back to Android Studio. So let me switch tabs again. Yeah. So we're currently in the project section, and first of all, we're gonna go to what is it called? Oh, sorry. So first of all, wait, something was happening. Sorry, my screen was not sharing. I just see that. Let's see. Yeah, so the token, okay, first of all, I forgot to show we are gonna paste the token. So the token where we copied it in the Figma profile, we're gonna paste it here and you select OK. But for me, I've already done that, so I'll just click cancel. So to import our Figma packages, we're gonna go to new and then come here to this section, then you say import packages. Then you're gonna paste the URL that we copied in the share section in the file. We can select translate with myself to compose theme. We're gonna select the material to design kits configuration. Then we click next. So what's currently happening is that it's fetching the UI packages. It's gonna take us a few seconds, hopefully just a few seconds, or just like a minute at most. Yeah. So as you can see, this is what we created in Figma. Our login button, our sign up button, and it can be recognized at the studio with the help of the plugin. And then we click create. So what has happened now, you can see here, we have additional folders which contains like additional files. When it comes to UI packages, you can see the rectangles that's we formed in Figma in the JSON file and literally everything. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna build the project. Yeah, that's good. It's gonna take a few seconds, hopefully just a few seconds. Yeah, almost. Okay, it's being a bit longer than it's supposed to be done by now, but it's almost done. So we're just generating the files. Like, yeah, it's done now. So I think let's go to the project level. Let's see what it contains. So you can go to Gradle, not Gradle, no. You go to app, select builds, generated. Yeah, so this is the generated code that really has generated for us. And let me minimize this. So this is what it's seen in the preview, and it's exactly what it created. And this is the code. It's a bit vast. It's a huge chunk, but a lot is going on here. But it works. We can't really edit this because it can't really be edited. But let's say you want to update the design. So let's go back to our Figma file and see how we're gonna go about this. So we can go to our Figma file. Um, yeah, so in this current Figma file, we can, let's say we're gonna change the colors of this brush or something else, but let's just see how that change is going to be created. So we can select the background color. We're gonna change that. Let's say change it to maybe that, and the sign up button we change it to something else as well. Uh, uh, yeah, something of the sorts. Yeah, we can change that. And then what you're gonna do now is actually the next step is we click share. But we're not gonna copy the link again. We're just gonna what is it called? We're not gonna copy the link because the link is already copied by it's already copied and saved by Android Studio. So what we're gonna do is we share this design, and we're gonna do this by saving to version history. So the good thing is you can literally track the changes that you have made in that you have made in the the design. I'm trying to look for let me go to the other tab. No, why it's not showing. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so what we've just done is we have changed the design aspect of these components. I can really say two components because it's classified as just one component. And we're gonna see if it's gonna reflect in Android Studio. So let me switch the tab back to Android Studio. Oh, yeah, so we're currently in the Android Studio project. And to update what you've done in Figma, what you're gonna do is, we're gonna come to like the UI packages. We're gonna right click, and as you can see here, it says update all UI packages in this module. So it has detected that changes have been made. You're gonna select that, and it's gonna download again. Then once it finishes downloading, you're gonna build the project again so that it can regenerate the files. So yeah, let's build that. Um, yeah, as you can see, the, the design has been updated. Literally, just something simple. You didn't have to do like a lot of work or some um, experts level rocket science to just update our components in Figma. It just reflects in our IDE. And I think that's pretty amazing and cool, especially let's say for indie developers who they work in the development side, as well as the designers and also for large teams who also would like to see the progress. So let's go back to our Figma file to see that version control. So let me switch tabs. Uh, yeah. So design again. Yeah. So you can come to wait. Yeah, you can come to Figma and you can select in file. Um, it's supposed to come here. File and then we save to vision history. So we can just say changed background. Uh, yeah, colors. So we can save that, and I think it's gonna be seen. Let's say in this other side, we can save the changes by selecting show version history, and yeah, you can just see on the right pane change background. So back to Android Studio you go. Let me switch tabs. Um, yeah, so in Android Studio, you can come to our main activity, and you're gonna see that our login has been identified by, you can see here, Chrome example related compose. So, it's gonna be, it's not in the main activity file. We're supposed to do that. You're supposed to like leave it with the file into without calling it the main activity. So yeah, I think that's like it for the short demo. So let me go back to the slide. Um, just this, yeah. Um, wait. I think I shared it the wrong way. This was, okay. I think the next one, wait, hold on. I think the files are looking and next to, yeah, okay. Let me share again. Eugene, can you see that? No?
Yes, I can. Yeah, limitations.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, you can.
Oh, so yeah, we've already made the changes in Android Studio by re-importing the project and then built it again. It's been like last couple of minutes. So some of its challenges, really, first of all, it's still in alpha. It's like technology. It's still being like action. We can these some blockers that one can face. So it only supports very few layer types like text nodes, image nodes, component variants, and also vector nodes. So by variant, we can just it's like cloning it's like cloning a specific component, not component, but a style. Yeah, a style in Figma instead of like copy paste. You can just like select it as a variant, and then even as a whole group, you can group the variant on its own, and you can just have like two instead of copy pasting. You can just like select it and make it as a variant rather than like the whole process. And the second one is the UI packages must start with later. So if it doesn't, Relay will generate compose code that doesn't compile, and really has to go with the like the compose rules. It doesn't have like its own rules and regulations, if I can say that. So yeah, we have to follow this. And the third one is generated code or UI packages folders can be missing in Android Studio. So to reload project folders, right click on the top level folder and select reload from disk. Let me show that just let me show that right now actually. So back to my Android Studio tab. Let me present the IDE. So we go to window. Yeah, here we can, if it doesn't load, most of the times when we import the packages, these specific packages, the UI packages from Lily, they don't show. So what we're gonna do is just go to app and then select reload from disk, and then it's gonna rebuild again and it's gonna show again. Yeah, so it can happen. It also cannot happen. I've not experienced that right now, but there are some cases where I'm concerned about it. So okay, back to the slides. Okay. Um, yeah, the fourth one. Undoing a deleted UI package might fail. So if you delete, and sorry, there was a typo there. I didn't see that. And undo the deletion, the file will not be restored properly. So you have seen the files that have been generated by Relay inside the IDE, and if you delete it and you undo it, the files may not be restored correctly. So what you're gonna do is just re-import the version of the Figma file that you need, or you can just update the component just as I've showed you in Android Studio once you've made the changes in Figma, or you can just use the latest version of the file and re-import it again. So the fifth one, updates are not imported to Android Studio. So double check that you have created a new named version of your Figma file. And that is why like the version control tool comes handy in Figma. We can keep track of what we changed in Figma, and also if it's not reflected, we can reload from disk again. Yeah, we're just supposed to like double check if the designs in Figma are correct. Like the second design that I've done where we changed the background color of the pattern. So we changed the color and it showed well. So there are some instances where the changes that you made in Figma cannot be shown properly, if I can see that. And we've done all the stages. So it's good to double check that our designs match correctly with what we're seeing in the IDE. And the sixth one, okay, the best practices for design and developer interaction using Relay. As I said earlier, Relay is more of a collaboration tool. It acts as a middle point between designers and developers. And one of the first is understanding Relay's workflow. So developers and designers need to understand what Relay can and cannot do. Designers should design component-based thinking about like when they're creating designs, can these designs be easily turned to components, and having that mindset. And also developers should know how to like integrating their code when it comes to plugins, generating the files, and all the matters surrounding it. So the second one, the design system alignment. So create Figma components that map directly to reusable components, ensuring easy translation through Relay. I've showed earlier how to create a component and selecting as a group by adding parameters. If it's a button, having the tab handler, there's also the double tap handler. But we just went for a tap handler because it was just like a button for signing in. And that one, leverage Relay's annotation and features. So ensure Figma designs have clear component variants, like for example, button states, just as I mentioned. So that relay generates, sorry, also that relay generates composed components with different states. As I've shown in the parameter section back when we were creating the designs in Figma, we have different categories and parameters. They're called interaction handlers, yeah, as I mentioned earlier. These are the interaction handlers that make your UI not static, if I can say that. And the fourth one is optimize handoff process. So before using Relay for handoff, both sides should review, approve, and finalize on the designs. Like before we import the designs to code, make sure the designs are approved like by the design team and the developers approve like of the code that have been generated, or if you've added more, there has to be like that correlation. Also, designs should provide detailed design specs within Figma, like padding, alignment, margins, color. We've added the color, but there's so much more that you can do apart from that. You can also like add the shadows. You can literally do anything, but you can do anything, but you can't do everything. Yes, it's still in alpha, just as I've said, so we can be limited in a way. And the fifth one is iterate together. So if design evolves, designers can update Figma components and developers can regenerate the updated inputs quickly. Just as I've done, adjusting the design of the simple background color, and we are able to import the designs in our code, and we just select update components in our Android Studio. So it's not really like a very tedious activity. Let's say if the traditional way, or that's what we do currently, we just create a whole design in Android Studio like through code. And if this design gets let's say it doesn't get approved, so we have to scrap off the code and rewrite like another design. But in Relay, what you're gonna do, like in the Figma file, you can just the design team can work on it, and then all you have to do is to update the UI packages, and the designs are gonna be there for you. Yeah, so testing and validation. So once Relay generates the code, just the UI early to ensure everything translates as expected. Is the good thing with Compose, you have the preview, so you can actually see before like you ship the product. You can yeah, with the preview function, the functionality, you can see whether that is the designs that you expected, and also continuously compare the app's UI to the original Figma designs to ensure consistency and accuracy. Um, yeah, so the last one is version control for design and code. So make sure the design files are version control. It's just as shown in the Figma section. um, Whenever like we change a slight thing or make any kind of change, we are supposed to. It's like a little git, but in Figma. So version control in Figma is actually it's pretty helpful, especially like with large teams who change towards where when. So it's good to keep track of that, and also relay generated code should be version controlled along with the app's code base, and we can do that in the IDE. Yeah, the last thing was just a quote that says the greatest innovations are born from collaboration. And today I spoke about a tool that leverages collaboration between designers and developers, and you know, collaboration is efficient more than doing it as a one man's job. So I found that with these photos, I think it went on well with the topic. So the greatest innovations are born from collaboration. And yeah, that's just it for today. My name is Sandra. You can find me on LinkedIn or Twitter with those usernames. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was a bit sick today. I wasn't like fully. That's why you can't hear me very well. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Eugene. Thank you, GD Nairobi, for this chance. I hope that was helpful. It's still a new tool, and yeah, it's good to explore what we can do with this. And yeah, if you have any questions about it, like feel free to tell me. But I'm gonna write an article about it in the course of the week, to gain like deep understanding. Yeah. Also, if you use it in your project, you can like tag me, see what you did with it. So yeah, thank you so much.
All right, I'll just switch off my video. I think there is something wrong with it. But thank you so much, Sandra, for the amazing session on definitely streamlining the UI development in Android using Relay. Those were some great pointers. And for those who are watching, ensure that you follow Sandra on her social media handles, share any questions that you have for her. Definitely get to interact with her. I believe you'll be there for the in person Devfest on Saturday.
Yeah, I forgot to say. Oh yeah, I'll be there at Devfest. So if you like watched it or you have any questions, just come to me. I'll answer. I'll answer everything.
All right. That's great. So thank you so much for kicking off our pre-dev fest series. And for the people online right now, or rather live right now, ensure you tune in tomorrow. The session is starting at 7 p.m. And yeah, thank you so much for joining today's session. Hope you got some very good pointers to help you in Android development. And looking forward for the next sessions in the coming days. Thank you, Sandra, for your time and for the amazing session too. Great. Have a great day and a great night. Bye, guys.